here we have certain articles that to remember what we was talk about, and time of we not for history itself only discuss the Second and the First World War opposite, not for the history in the past, for the history in the future, for today, because today was very important, yesterday was very important, and today was, and tomorrow could be, but there is, if we say enemies, it doesn't mean that only enemies, but have people who ignore us or to make our who represent us in the not way who we are and not way our value and our ideas, and they try to say this person is I have take your time for me, I have me to be with anything, be present, and this is my possibility in life. So people push each other, and sometimes you're losing gold because there is some shit who need who now attract attention. But if we think about the First War and then the revolutions everywhere, and we're talking about the ideology that the Marx labor which came out, and this new lifestyle, as we know Mussolini was present and by church also. Not this directly, but it was much to do. He was fight with some Masons there in Italy for the who will be there and who will govern. And but this is we cannot say this theater it really was, but it's also for themselves, to protect themselves, never was to show all. Like we know Churchill said so much good words about Mussolini, and Mussolini, when someone, some woman was trying to kill him, she was from the Brittany, and so he sent her to home from the country. But you know, in reality, it could be like some manipulation to say we are not together and not in touch because it's fascism, and who knows for what this. It was new ideology. When we say Jewish, we say not only Jewish. We say the church want you monarchy of that people who want to stay themselves everywhere. Because we had then not so democracy, we had capitalism. And capitalism explains as democracy. This is a different thing, because democracy is not capitalism. And communism is not what they close to be present as communism, to have this idea about red color revolution. This is not. This is labor of Marx that been present not by the directly people who was started, like it was not from the side of Germany. The Germany was closed in next future EU to be with them, and we see some time between them manipulation, how they, because the war was that long that Stalin came with his friends Armenian and Jewish, and he was not Russian at all, and when the Russian says the Stalin's architecture, it was nothing to do with Stalin. It is a Masonic program who was so America was built this time like a free country. We would see there's a big buildings, and it's not Stalin architecture. It is architecture itself. It came Stalin. He took it, but this from who was this about to study not the revolution, to study the new model, the new ideology of life in Europe, like Lenin and the group of these people. And then we have these people who start the Second War and make themselves to keep these materials to present as history as it was, but how it was and for what it starts, we cannot say. We know that we're talking about Holocaust, but we never say in the world about the Russian white, the Russian not only aristocrats, but the who was with who was present, the noble people, the educated people. We have a new people who came after Stalin, but we have Stalin who was close communism from the international world, but the old text is talking us about that it was a new model in general in the world, and the other, and one country could have this support and came to the government because it's a new model in the world to change, and no one I believe was seeing that it became some war as a second war. They was using this reason to say that communists are red bastard in Europe, we not, and so they would, together with the Russian power, Stalin, who was very rude, very aggressive man this way to kill if something not by him, and so with together with Europe he closed Russian people inside of the country to say this is village, we will live apart and we will only international we will demonstrate in film to show sometimes one black children to say that, and then if the Mason will call him in the world, then Russian can do something in Africa for free, because Stalin was okay, we will sign you up, and we are here capitalist, and we say what religion. So it was not. They was stopped with feminism. They were stopped with. It all became like America. We know your history, Europe, and we will show you a new model of free life. We afraid it's all about this intrigue, and little bit few words I write here very short way, because for the moment I have to stop with this topic. I was apply with one letter to be listened. So a few words about feminism and the ideology of the time revolutions, that most of the part that we call modern auction under the title are covered with the title of Second World War, the First World War, but we have all this part revolution, and sometimes the real war in Russia was, yes, but the little part they had maybe pluralization, the new to be once one part wants and people stay under one ideology, the other want them in the other way. So this is pressing, not so much war or everywhere as it's written today, all mixed to not be read again, discovered, and then it was like to make understand certain people that you should not be or you will not speak, or, and obviously only part of them knew the global things. Of course, they was not much, and each one in this pyramid was on his role also. So we're talking about ideology, and when we say Jew, we say the religion, the Christianity of that old way. That's why that's why new leaders want to present this who was army like a Hitler, like a Mussolini. They want to present what the ruler is, like a god, because they are. The church was present this way, the monarch and the other things. So we're talking about feminism the same under the communism, because it's new ideology we talk about. Then how they fix this to be formulated according to politica. This is a different thing, but we're talking about the progressive time, it's the evolution, not the revolution. So this is one more.